Hi, my name is Breely Williams, and tonight I will be playing the role of Esther. About 2,500 years ago, in the Achaemenid Empire, during the reign of King Xerxes I, God used an ordinary girl in a very special way. She denied her own will to answer the call from the Lord. God brought her through many trials and tribulations, yet her faith never wavered. She was not always sure of God's plan, but she always made sure to faithfully submit to His will. God brought her to where she needed to be for such a time as this. Even in the face of evil and death, God proved He is always only good. This is her incredible story. Looking back, I can see your sympathy upon my life. Always see
from the palace by King Xerxes.
What? How is that even possible?
It's true. It's all anybody's been talking about.
What's happened? I guess King Xerxes sent for her during his royal party, and she refused to come.
How can you refuse an order from the king?
Well, she is his wife, so I suppose that...
You mean was his wife?
So that means that... Yes, it means King Xerxes is on a search for a new queen.
But that means that...
Yes, it means every female of the ages not married, we send the king's court for his approval.
Has anybody told Mordecai?
I will do it. He won't be happy. And there he is now. Mordecai, just what I wanted to see.
What is it?
Did you hear the news from the king?
What news?
Queen Vashti was just banished from the palace by King Xerxes.
Wait, so that means that...
Yes, your niece Hadassah is in danger.
What? But Hadassah is only...
She's unmarried of the age, Mordecai. What are we going to do?
We can't let them take her. She's a Jew, and you know how they treat us Jews.
It's the decree from the king.
No, certainly. There must be something we can do.
Listen, you know Hadassah is my cousin, and since her parents died, I've raised her as my own daughter since she was just a child. And you also know that I've raised her to know and to revere the one true God. She knows everything happens for a reason. She loves God and is ready to live or die for him. So an order from the king is an order from the king. I must go and tell her to get ready.
To get ready for what? To be mistreated by those Gentile dogs? They'll persecute her if they find out she's a Jew.
Then they won't find out.
Her name alone will give it away.
Then I'll change it. I must go and find her.
My, what a beautiful morning. I'm praying to you, the one true God who gives our lives meaning and purpose and gives me the courage to do your will. Use me today, Lord, to make your will known to others. In your name, amen.
Asa!
Oh, Eva, it's you. You startled me. How are you on this glorious morning?
Have you heard the news? Queen Vashti was banished by King Xerxes, and now there's a search in all the land for a new queen.
Oh, dear, that is awful. So, I guess that means that...
Hadassah!
Goodness, why am I so popular today all of a sudden?
Hadassah, have you heard the news?
Let me guess. You're about to tell me that Queen Vashti was just banished from the palace by King Xerxes, and now there's a search in all the land for a new queen?
Why, yes.
Eva just told me. So, I guess that means that...
It means you will soon be taken to the palace and begin a new chapter in your life. But you must remember what I've taught you, Hadassah, that we are children of the one true God and must always trust him and do his will.
Well, there must be something we can do, Hadassah. We can't let them take you away.
Oh, Eva, I don't think there's anything we can do.
There must be. We could hide you.
How would the king not choose a precious jewel like my Hadassah? But if they find out she's Jewish, they'll treat her badly.
Oh, Mordecai.
Hadassah, I don't want to lose you.
I still think we could hide her. Oh no, we're too late.
By decree of the most royal king, King Xerxes, all unmarried women of age will be taken to the quarters of the palace to begin their training. His Royal Highness King Xerxes, at the conclusion of 1 year of training, we will select the new Queen of Persia and place a royal crown over her head.
Well, Hadassah, at least we can make sure you're one of the last ones to be taken. Quickly, we must get you out of here.
Where do you think you're going, young lady?
This isn't a young lady. She's very ill. We're just taking her to the infirmary.
Infirmary?
I see. Well, the king cannot be kept waiting, so you should come with me.
Hadassah, don't let them know you're Jewish.
But Mordecai...
Not under any circumstances.
What is your name, young lady?
Well, it's
Esther.
Esther. Very well then. Come with me.
Mordecai!
Esther, oh God, please watch over Hadassah.
All of you are under consideration to be the new Queen of Persia. You will be subject to rigorous training and preparation for the next year. You will then appear before King Xerxes, and the one who pleases him the most will be crowned queen. You will do exactly as I say, when I say. Understand? Good. We begin tomorrow morning, so I suggest you get your beauty rest.
I wish I could go back home.
I'm a little scared. King Xerxes seems kind of mean.
Right. Can you believe what he did to poor Queen Vashti?
She probably had it coming.
What makes you say that?
Come on, have you seen her always strutting around like she owns the kingdom or something?
Hush, you'll get us in trouble. How do you talk so ill of the queen?
Ex-queen, remember? The next one could be any of us. Hey, you over there. Yeah, you. What's your name? You look so down. It so doesn't go with your complexion.
I'm Esther.
Esther? That's, my mother's name.
It's just Esther. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking.
So what's your deal anyway? You look so down.
Well, it hasn't always been an easy life, as I'm sure it hasn't for any of us. My family have always faced great persecution.
Persecution? From what?
Well, just in general, we believe in Jehovah, the one true God.
Jehovah?
Yes, the God of Abraham who showed himself to Moses, who made the walls of Jericho fall, who delivered the Israelites from bondage in Egypt, who...
I'm gonna stop you right there. Be careful talking like that, or else someone's gonna think you're a Jew.
Shh! Don't even say that word. The scribe will hear you.
Yeah, and then we're all going to suffer.
But you see,
Young ladies, it's time to turn into your quarters for the night. We begin early tomorrow morning, so you need to get some rest. Excuse me, what's your name?
me? Oh, I'm Esther.
Well, Esther, you seem different from the other girls. You're more reserved and mature.
Well, thank you, I think.
Xerxes may be a powerful ruler and king, but on the inside, he's a shy, sensitive boy, just like I raised him. I think you might have a chance.
Oh, me? But I'm not.
Just saying. Don't count yourself out. Take care of yourself, Esther. Get some rest.
Oh, God of Abraham, why have you put me here? I miss Mordecai. I miss my friends, my people, your people. What purpose could you possibly have for me here?
And so began the time of preparation to make the young women ready to meet the king. They were bathed in scented waters and anointed with the finest perfumes and oils from around the known world. They were fed the finest delicacies and healthful herbs. They were taught the rules and customs of the king's court. Then, after an entire year had passed, they were finally ready for the many weeks of auditions to be the next Queen of Persia.
Aren't we almost finished with this? I'm so tired of seeing the same sorts of women and hearing the same things over and over again.
I assure you, this one is different.
That's what you said about the last 7.
But this one truly is different. She's special. She's the best and brightest of the entire group.
What is her name?
Esther.
Esther. That means star. All right, send her in.
Presenting Lady Esther.
Good evening, Your Royal Highness. It is a great honor to be in your presence.
Yes, yes. Tell me, Esther, is it your desire to become queen?
My desire is whatever my king desires. But what is important is you and your kingdom. I am prepared to serve in whatever way you see appropriate, Your Highness.
Esther, you have such grace and humility.
If it pleases the king, I have a song prepared.
By all means, proceed. Esther, I've never heard such a beautiful song in my life. When did you learn it?
When I was a little girl in the area where I grew up. It reminds me that the promises of my God are true. Would you like me to sing another song?
I could listen to your songs for an entire lifetime, Esther. Send for the royal messengers. I have made my decision.
Attention, people of Shushan. An announcement. By royal decree, King Xerxes, we delight in the coronation of our new queen, Queen Esther.
I knew that she could do it.
She was perfect for it. Mommy, what's going on?
We have a new queen.
A queen?
You know, the wife of the king.
So she gets to rule over us?
That's right. The only person who has higher power in the land is the king.
Can I be queen someday? Well, unless something tragic happens to Queen Esther, that opportunity probably won't come for quite some time. I want to be royalty.
Don't worry, there's still plenty you'll be able to do.
Will she have a crown? Does she have a royal gown? Will she have a royal staff?
I'm sure she'll have all those things. Now hush and move along.
Well, Eva, your wish came true. Esther will be safe.
What wish? What wish? Now she's going to be expected to worship the Persian god, serve the king all her days. And if anybody finds out Queen Esther is Jewish...
Shh, not so loud. You can be easily overheard.
Right.
Aren't you happy for her, though? She's the highest ranking woman in the land. I know God has a special plan for her. Plus, now that she's queen, maybe I'll be able to see her from time to time, seen as I work here at the King's Gate. This could be very good for us.
Or this could be very bad for us.
Always thinking on the negatives, Eva.
When you're worried, remember these words. When you're afraid, don't forget them. When you're stressed, you will be blessed if you state your faith like this. God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. My God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. My God is in control. In every situation, God is in control. It's no exaggeration. God is in control. Nothing is by chance. God is in control. In every circumstance, my God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. My God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. My God is in control. Be strong and have courage. God is in control. Do not be afraid. God is in control. The Lord God is with you. God is in control. He will never fail. God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. My God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. God is in control. My God is in control. God is in control.
Kings all worship and preoccupied. It's time we bring our plan into action.
So wait a minute, what are we going to do again?
We're going to kill the king. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, you knucklehead. I'm only going to explain this once, so let me say this to you slowly. The king should have chosen my sister Bilquin as new queen. How dare he dishonor a family like us after all the years we served him as our God? New queen means distracted king. Distracted king means easy target. Easy target means mission accomplished. Get it?
I get it now. So what do we do again?
It's simple. All we have to do is get Xerxes alone. While I distract him, you get behind him with a sword and run him through.
Great plan, boss, but how do we get him alone?
We're his guard, you slug. You know what? I'm doing this alone. You're fired.
You can't do that. It's a two-person job. Plus, you can't fire me. We're family.
First of all, we're second cousins twice removed, so that hardly counts as family. And second, at this point, I'm still better off doing this alone.
Nuh-uh. I'm getting in on this whether you like it or not. Now, where's my sword?
Hang on your belt, you jerk.
Can you believe what we just heard?
Those guards are plotting to kill the king.
I have to warn Hadassah. I have a friend in the palace, Hatak, one of the king's servants. Maybe he'll send a message to her. I must hurry.
But Hatak, are you sure?
Yes, my queen. Mordecai overheard Bigthan and Teresh plotting to kill the king. You have to warn him before it is too late.
But what if...
There is no time, my queen. They're probably on their way now.
Queen Esther, can I help you with anything?
Yes, Bigthan and Teresh are plotting to kill the king. Mordecai, who works at the palace gate, overheard them plotting. We must give the king a warning. He's in grave danger.
Hatak, come with me, quickly!
Ah, Bigthan and Teresh, my trusted guards. I have chosen my new queen, and soon there will be a big celebration throughout the kingdom.
Only to celebrate your downfall. You should have picked my sister's new queen. Prepare to die, Xerxes.
Short live the king!
Queen Esther warned us of their evil plot. What do you want us to do with them, my king?
Have them executed at once. Take them away.
Right?
Esther,
Your servant Mordecai, who works at the palace gate, overheard the guard's treachery and sent me a warning.
Still, you alerted me and proved to me that I can trust you. Thank you, Esther.
Enter, I heard about the attempt on your life.
Yes, you may enter. I'll try to forget about it, my dear advisor.
Just drop it on my shirt.
But my king, this could indicate a serious weakness in your circle of protection. I have an idea. There's a man in the land who is of the utmost intelligence and influence. He can, shall we say, tighten up the kingdom. He can help you rule over with the iron fist after such an event as this.
Who is he?
His name is Haman the Agagite.
Haman the Agagite?
He's exactly who you need to keep the kingdom in order. His ways are unconventional. Shall we say he's the best of the best?
Send for him at once.
Subjects of the Kingdom of Persia. And King Xerxes has appointed a chief advisor that will preside over the kingdom as second in command. He brings wisdom to a distant land and comes to protect and govern us. Bow down to his authority and power. All hail Lord Haman the Agagite.
Oh!
Mordecai, what is the matter with you?
This is such horrible news.
What is?
He's an Agagite. That means he's one of our ancient enemies, and he hates the Jews.
He does?
And you see already, he wants us to bow down to him. I bow down to no one but our God.
Well, what are we going to do?
Go home at once. Go inside. Stay as far away from him as possible.
Who are you, and why are you not bowing?
My name is Mordecai.
Why are you not on the ground bowing to me, Lord Haman? Don't make me have to ask you again.
Because you're not God, and I bow down to nobody other than my God.
Are you a Jew?
I'm a follower of the one true God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Husband, can't we get rid of this delinquent?
Hush, woman.
Excuse me.
I said hush. We will do something with him.
Do whatever you want with me. I will trust in the one true God.
Haman, we can't let people stand up to you like that or refuse your orders.
If a little speck like, what's his name?
Mordecai.
Mordecai. If a little speck like Mordecai can refuse my orders, then they all can.
So what you're saying is, let's get rid of Mordecai.
I wish it were that easy, my dear.
Oh, I'm your dear now? You tell me to hush, woman, and now all of a sudden you're trying to sweet talk me?
Why did I ever agree to this arrangement?
Typical of you.
As I was saying, I simply wish to get rid of Mordecai and put an end to it.
Just banish him or chop off his head or whatever. I don't really care.
No, that would be too easy. What we must do is simple. We must annihilate the whole Hebrew population.
Genocide. I love it.
We'll start by constructing gallows 75 feet high and hang their precious leader, what's his name?
Mordecai!
Mordecai. Hang Mordecai and make a huge spectacle. Then go throughout the whole kingdom and slay every last Jew.
King Xerxes will never go for that.
You'd be surprised how much I can accomplish with my smooth talk. Now leave me. I must go speak with the king.
and caring.
In his living. In forgiving.
King Xerxes,
Yes, Lord Haman. I told the guards to let you in. What do you want?
I have a request that may ease your anxiety about safety, Your Majesty.
Go on.
There's a group of people, a certain dangerous clan.
Dangerous? We already got rid of those guards.
No, they're far worse. They're savages. They disobey your laws and create unrest in the kingdom, and may soon attempt to overthrow your authority.
You are my most trusted advisor. What do you want me to do?
If it please the king to put forth a royal decree that these people be slaughtered and destroyed, all men, women, and children, they must be removed.
My kingdom is far too large to tolerate anyone who would rebel against me, King Xerxes of Persia.
For your convenience, I have already drawn up the decree. Seal it with your ring, and let's get to work.
Lord Haman, I give you my signet ring with full authority to seal any official proclamation you see fit for the protection of my kingdom.
I am your obedient and humble servant, Majesty. Yes, we will wipe out the Jews and their weak God. And I'm building the gallows for that Mordecai. He shall be the first to die.
People of Persia, a royal decree from the king. All Jews throughout the kingdom have been declared a danger and hereby declared to be put to death on the 13th of Adar. This order is sealed by the ring of King Xerxes and cannot be undone.
Mordecai, what do we do?
Treachery, treachery. This is nothing but the evil of Haman. He has twisted the mind of the king.
The order is sealed by the king's ring.
I know. This is a disaster.
What can we do?
Have everyone sit in sackcloth and ashes as we cry out to God. I need to speak to Hatak. I must try to get a message to Hadassah.
Go at once.
Mother, what is happening?
I don't know. The has ruled against us.
This is awful. What are we going to do?
Are they going to hurt us?
Hush, children. We're going to pray very hard for the Lord to help us.
Can the king do this?
He's the king. He can do whatever he wants.
I'll bet it was Haman the Agagite that put him up to it.
Will we have to leave? I don't know, but everything will be all right. How will it be all right?
Children, we need to trust God.
I wonder if Queen Esther can do anything about it.
She can't even approach the king without invitation or risk execution.
We must keep praying.
O God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, I'm praying to you to remove the sentence of death from your people. You have placed Esther where she is, according to your will. Please help her to carry out your plan.
Mordecai, my trusted friend, Queen Esther received your message with great sadness when she heard of the decree against the Jews. She replies that she was not called to see the king for 30 days, and if she were to enter onto his presence uninvited, she could risk being executed.
Please tell the queen that she, being a Jew, will not escape just because she lives in the palace. For if she holds her peace at this time, God's deliverance will come from somewhere else. But she and her family name will be destroyed, but that God in his wisdom has brought her to be the queen for such a time as this.
I will deliver your message speedily, Mordecai.
So all the Jews throughout the kingdom continued to cry out to God for deliverance, as Hatak took the message to the queen.
Maidens, we must pray. My people, my family, and I are in grave danger. The king is not aware that I'm Jewish, and he's convinced the Jews are dangerous people. Maidens, please, we will fast and pray, and then I will approach the king's throne. Then that's a risk I have to take. But maidens, we serve an all-powerful God, more powerful than Haman, Xerxes, or anyone. The God of Abraham promised a Savior would be born through his seed, and he would save the world from the sins of man. So right now we need to put our trust and faith in him. And we know that when we put our trust and faith in him, we have assurance that we'll have an eternity with him someday. So right now we need to remember, God is in control and he is on the throne. I will approach the king's throne, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish.
Scribe, I'm having trouble sleeping. Can you please read me the Royal Chronicles?
The what?
You know, the logbook of what happened in my kingdom.
Of course, Your Majesty. Any particular reason?
It'll help me with this blasted insomnia because it'll be so boring, okay? Better start at 1 month ago.
Okay, then. The Royal Chronicles of King Xerxes. First day of the month of Nisan. First hour, King Xerxes arises in a huff, clearly distressed about something. He looks forlorn, troubled, very uncharacteristic. Second hour, King Xerxes spills from his royal chalice
all over his royal robe, staining it forever. Third hour, Mordecai informs the queen of the plot to kill the king, and the two evil guards are captured in the nick of time and put to death.
Wait. Stop right there. What honor and dignity has been given to Mordecai for this?
There was nothing done for him, your majesty.
Well, we must do something about that right now. Bring Haman in from the courtyard.
King Xerxes.
Haman, what should be done for the man the king delights to honor?
Why, your majesty, let him be clothed in the king's royal robe and crown, and be led throughout the city on the king's royal horse, with his most noble advisor proclaiming, "This shall be done to the man that the king delights to honor."
Excellent, Haman.
Yes, your majesty?
Now go and do all you've said for Mordecai the Jew, who works at my gate, and let nothing fail all you've said.
So Haman took the king's royal robe and crown and set Mordecai on the king's royal horse and led him throughout all of Shushan, proclaiming, "Thus shall it be done to the man whom the king desires to honor." After Mordecai was returned to the king's gate, Haman quickly returned to his house with his head covered, filled with rage and even more hatred for Mordecai and the Jews.
Your majesty, we are approaching the big day when the rebels shall be destroyed and we will be safe forever.
Excellent work, Haman. My kingdom will finally be secure, and I will be able to sleep again.
Is that Esther? What is she doing here? She wasn't given an invitation by the king.
Yes, what is going on here?
She's probably going on about something.
Hush. We might be witnessing execution before our very eyes.
My queen, bow before her.
What?
I said bow. Queen Esther, what is it you seek? If it is even up to half my kingdom, your wish is my command.
Well, if it pleases the king, I wish for you and Haman to join me for a banquet this evening. Then I will make my request known to you.
You risked potential execution to invite me and Haman to a banquet?
What, yes, my king.
Well, Haman, clear our schedules. We have a feast to attend.
Yes, your majesty.
The king and Haman attended the royal banquet prepared by Queen Esther. While at the banquet, Esther tried to summon the courage to ask the king to spare her and her people. However, she asked for them to return a second night instead. At this second banquet, Esther prepared to tell the king Xerxes everything.
Two nights of partying and feasting? I could get used to this. I'm so glad I married a woman who can cook so much better than that Vashti.
Eat up, your majesty. We have a very important task awaiting us in just a few days.
Huh?
You know, Ukes?
What? Did you have a stroke or something?
You know, Operation Annihilation?
Oh, yes, that. But for the time, Esther, will you now make your request known?
Yes, we're waiting with bated breath.
This is it, Hadassah. The moment you've been dreading, but the moment God has placed you here for. Everything rides on this, our entire future. God is in control, and it's in His hands. O God of Abraham, may your will be done. My king, what I request is for my life to be spared.
Huh?
Yes, what are you talking about?
Someone in your kingdom has been plotting against me and my people, and a royal edict has been passed that we will all be slaughtered.
Oh, no.
What?
You see, I'm a Jew. We're Hebrews, delivered out of Egyptian bondage by the hand of God and Moses. My real name is Hadassah. Mordecai is my cousin who raised me, and we will all be slaughtered.
Oh, no.
You tricked me into killing innocent people, including the man who saved my life and my own queen?
I had no idea, your majesty. Please have mercy.
Mercy? Like you had on those people? You know what, Haman? You always wanted to be higher than me. Raised up, well, now is your chance. Guards, take Haman to be hanged on his own gallows. Take him away at once.
No, get your hands off of me! No!
Esther, I cannot undo the royal edict because it has been sealed with the royal ring and cannot be undone. However, I will supply your people and arm them with ways to protect themselves. As long as our God Jehovah is on our side, they will be spared.
Now in the month Adar, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put in execution, in the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have the power over them, though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews had rule over them that hated them, the Jews gathered themselves together in their cities throughout all the provinces of the king Xerxes, to lay hand on such as sought their hurt. And no man could withstand them, for the fear of them fell upon all people. Esther 9, verses 1 and 2.
Queen Esther, your courage and faith in God have saved us. And to think you have been placed here for such a time as this.
God used me, an ordinary girl, to fulfill his will and plan. If God can use me, he can use anyone. Praise be to our God who rules over all.
Just like Esther, God will ask us to do things that are difficult, but he will never ask us to do something that is impossible. All we have to do is trust in him. Well, what does it mean to trust in him? God will not lead us until we are his child. But aren't we all God's children? No. The Bible tells us that we all have a sin problem that separates us from God, like a stain that can't be washed away. The Bible also tells us that the payment for the sin is death, separation from God forever, alone and without hope. But God sent his son Jesus, the perfect, sinless lamb, to die on the cross and pay for our sins. We like to think that somehow we can earn our way to heaven by doing good works, but God tells us that only by his grace are we saved. It is not of ourselves. It is a gift from God, not of works, lest any man should boast. God makes it simple. Simply put your trust in the finished works of Jesus on the cross. Then, as God's children, will he use and lead us, just like he used Esther, to do great things in his name for such a time as this.
Our fathers roam the earth with the power of his promise.